We're here at Lava Lake Campground here in Central Oregon. Today is July 14th, 2023. We are doing Metolius-Windigo Trail today, National Recreation Trail. Hiking from Lava Lake up to Hosmer Lake. Doing both the shorelines. Going to turn around at the Quinn Creek Junction. Going to be 5.8 miles one way, 11.6 miles out and back. Also going to add on Edison Lava Lake, 1.8 miles to the east. We go to the north side of Little Lava Lake, so doing 13.4 miles. Very flat, only about 300 feet elevation gain the entire hike, so this is more of a distance than a leg burner elevation gain. And here's our first official signage. Let's get going. It's always fun to come off trail and get different vantage points of the lake and the mountain. It's a deer right here. As we hike on Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail, we're meandering on the eastern shore of Lava Lake through a dreamy pine forest of Deschutes National Forest. And I'm loving these shoreline views. Mist still on the lake as we continue along Metolius-Windigo Trail. I'm a sucker for these pine-laden areas. Something unique about the forests of Central Oregon, Deschutes National Forest, makes it my favorite forest in all of the great state of Oregon. And interesting how there's all these logs. It's kind of the unusual areas the sun peeks through. Metolius-Windigo is a long national recreation trail. I think these shoreline lake sections are some of the more noteworthy sections of the overall trail. Loving all these little pine trees here in Deschutes National Forest. They make me happy. Something about the Deschutes National Forest and Three Sisters Wilderness topography brings a smile to my face. We're not in Three Sisters Wilderness right now, but these little hints of purple flowers on the side. We're here on the shoreline of Lava Lake, here in Central Oregon, Deschutes National Forest, hiking on the Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail, here just after sunrise on July 14th, 2023. And we've come down to a little shoreline access point, little beach, breeding ground of some sort of bug right there. As we hike to the eastern shore, beautiful lava lake, on our way up to Hosmer and Quinn Creek as our turnaround. And they're off. Got a race. This is so beautiful. Every forest has its own character, its own ecological footprint, gives us its own feel. Something about the Deschutes National Forest has always spoken to me more than some others. I love the drier pine profile. Oh, I love pine trees. It's one of my three favorite types of trees, along with blue spruce and mountain hemlock, the Alpine 3, the Alpine mix. I grew up in the Mount Hood area, so I think I'm used to the old growth forest, Douglas firs, and the type of topography doesn't stir me as much as the topography of Central Oregon. It's one of the reasons I moved to Central Oregon. This is my first time doing the Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail. I say I'm not disappointed. This is a great little trail, very well manicured. Got a sanded trail, no obstructions, weaving through picturesque little forested sections. The occasional peak of Lava Lake as we hike on the eastern shoreline of Lava Lake. We will be eventually getting past the lake to the north of it. There will be a forested section where we won't be lakeside, and then ultimately we'll get up to Hosmer, east side of Hosmer, turn around at Quinn Creek Trail Junction. You can always tell when nobody's on this trail for a little while because I'm walking through spiderwebs every few minutes. I don't think Gwen Stefani was a hiker. I don't think clearing a trail is what she was referring to, but that's kind of how I feel right now. I'm a sucker for these narrow pine passageways. called Lava Lake and Little Lava Lake for a reason. There's sorts of volcanic rock in the area. Look at that Ponderosa. You see Lava Lake through the trees, peaks of the lake. Hike through Deschutes National Forest, Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail here in Central Oregon. Particularly scenic section, I must say. Eastern shoreline of Lava Lake. Ooh, I like this section. Look at that. That is beautiful. Oh, as the lake views open up, get a good panoramic view of mighty lava lake. Just up here and pan around. Oh, this is so beautiful. Lava Lake in the morning before any boaters have disembarked. Got lava rock, that's why this is called Lava Lake and the Lava Lake. Loving hiking Shoreline here. This is great. Still see the mist rising off the lake. Today is July 14th, 2023. I sprayed myself with some Sawyer Picadierin. July is the worst mosquito month of the year, but I haven't had an issue since I sprayed with Sawyer Picadierin. Not an endorsement, but I do use the product. So I started this trail, Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail, at about sunrise. Did that a couple reasons. One's temperature management. It's a high of 90, low of 55 today. Right now it's about 55. In shorts, I'm a little chilly, but I'd rather start a hike chilly than be too hot on the back end. Another benefit of starting so early is when you look at the lake, the boaters haven't gone out yet, so you get pristine views of Lava Lake. So for the temperature management and the views of a pristine lake and a clear trail, I'll add a third benefit. Pays to start early. left the fly off my tent. I'm staying at Lava Flow Campground, which I highly recommend. It's free to sleep next to huge lava rock formation. Oh, look at this. This is gorgeous. Oh, this is so beautiful. Mighty Ponderosa pines. A beautiful lava lake. Oh, this is gorgeous. Looking through a bit of a Wonderland zone. Forest shoreline and Alpine Wonderland Lake. This is gorgeous. These Christmas tree style pine trees lining Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail. A bit of a Wonderland zone indeed. Lots of flowers. I'm a sucker for these narrow pine passageway trails like this. Carefully manicured and groomed, sanded trail is. Go through these little passageway zones. Beauty abound in every direction. Some Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail is pretty gorgeous in this particular section. Lava Lake. As we are exploring the eastern shoreline on the way up to Hosmer Lake. First time ever actually doing this trail, I gotta say, and I'm pretty impressed. The quality is actually a little better than I was expecting it to be. You can definitely see why this is a national recreation trail. Clearing more spiderwebs. Definitely there's spiderweb clearer. Probably gone through about 50 so far. I'm not counting. I don't think this is what Gwen Stefani was referring to in her song. I don't think she was an avid hiker. Little pine passageway. Very cool. Oh, look at Lava Lake. This is gorgeous. I gotta say, I really am enjoying this trail. It's one of those trails where every section, come around every turn, and it's got a different feel to it. Different clustering of pine trees and all these white down trees. Beautiful views of Lava Lake and the lava strewn around the shore. It's quite a impactful mix. A lot of beauty on this Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail. Oh, look at that. There's a section of mist slowly going across our Serene lake. Getting some sunlight and sparkle. Got some lava rock here on the left. And look at that mist coming across the lake. I gotta say, I don't know if it's my own bias, but avid hiker, outdoor enthusiast, and researcher of the area, and I don't think Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail gets the credit it deserves, frankly. This is a pretty spectacular trail. I don't see it featured a lot in the area. These ends of the lake. Another narrow pond passageway. Descent of the intersection. Continuing along the eastern shoreline of Wonderland Lake. Sunbeam in this area. When I first started, I was pretty cold, but my blood circulating from hiking, I'm starting to warm up a little bit. Oh, look at that mist of the lake. Probably the steepest climb section we've had. Natural machinations of the Shoreline Trail, you're going to get some ascensions and descensions. Look at that. Standing over mighty all the lake. Over morning glory. A little bit of a foggy mist. Ethereal quality on the lake. As we continue along the Shoreline Trail. Oh, this is so beautiful. I love the confluence of this pine-laden Deschutes National Forest. The lava rocks strewn about, and of course, shoreline, beautiful. The lake, it's a beautiful influence that overwhelms the senses in some sections. Very delightful. As we continue down Metolius-Windigo Trail. know if I'll ever be able to get enough of these little miniature Christmas tree style pine trees dotting this narrow times Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail. So we hike shoreline of Lava Lake, lava rock strewn around the shoreline, and various cluster formations. Very beautiful zone. I would give Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail the epic moniker. This is a high quality hiking trail. They only give the National Recreation Trail designations to generally epic trails, and this definitely would be in that category. A little away from the lake at this particular section. Soon we'll be to the northern edge of the lake and hike beyond into just the forest proper. The long connector section up to Hosmer Lake. Then we'll do the eastern shore of Hosmer Lake before we get to Quinn Creek Junction as our turnaround point. 5.8 mile one way, 11.6 mile overall. Only about 300 feet elevation gain, so type of hike you can do very comfortably and make good time. Not a long burn or stair stepper hike by any stretch. Probably going to add some lava, 1.8 out and back, north side of Little Lava Lake. Why not? Oh, look at how beautiful this is. Oh, very still and calm Lava Lake. These little shoreline sections are very still and gorgeous. Look at that beautiful lake. Glorious lava lake. Completely still. Not even really any wind. No boats on it yet. It's still just after sunrise. So we hike the glorious Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail. Another little peak of Lava Lake. A lot of ducks and geese on this beautiful lake. Oh, this is so surreal and relaxing. So we're right in the subalpine to alpine zone transition. The Metolius-Windigo Trail starts about 4,700 feet, and the definition of alpine is 5,000 feet or higher. We're going up to about 5,100, so we will be in alpine zone. Right now we're right on the edge of glory, of alpine glory, between subalpine and alpine. makes no real meaningful difference for our purposes because this area is absolutely gorgeous. That is the most important thing. Whew. And the ducks are off on another morning race. And we're getting to the northern edge of Lava Lake. This will get us to a longer forest section away from the lake. See the lake over there. We're starting to get some separation and go beyond it here in the next few minutes. We'll be in the long connector section up to Hosmer Lake. Then we'll come up on the southeast side of Hosmer and traverse eastern shoreline of Hosmer Lake. And we'll hit Quinn Creek Junction as our turnaround point. Later in this camping trip, I'm also going to start at Sparks Lake and come down to Quinn Creek Junction and take it down the creek side to the other half of this zone in a different hike. So we're just going to stop at Quinn Creek this time. I think we've officially left our shoreline zone, our trusty friend Lava Lake to the left currently. And now I think behind us we're entering into the forest proper. The bridge section between Lava Lake and Hosmer Lake. Nevertheless, this is such a beautiful forest zone, Deschutes National Forest, that frankly, my friend, there's not a step of this hike that is not gorgeous. I may be very biased, but Deschutes National Forest we're in now, and Three Sisters Wilderness, which is next to us. My favorite wilderness area in the state of Oregon. My favorite forest in the state of Oregon right now. Something different and magical about it. These little pines and gray, sanded, jacobsly grown trails. I find it very beautiful and special. I do a lot of hiking because I'm an avid wilderness adventurer, outdoorsman, and I always would prefer a hike like this than, let's say, a hike up in old growth forest up in Mount Hood area or up in Washington. Just find these areas more spectacular. Don't always know what going to stir our soul, but I find that you gotta recognize it and make it part of your life. The sun is starting to take its position in the sky for the day. I'm staying at Lava Flow Campground on the east side of Davis Lake. It's a free campground and absolutely gorgeous. Pretty happy with it. It's a first come, first serve. It's not bookable at recreation.gov. Pulled up there July 13th, 2023, Thursday night. Mostly empty. Grabbed a spot and on the end, next to the lava rock, I have one of those big 10-person dark tents, blackout tents. Left the fly off and woken up by nature's alarm clock about 4 in the morning. Light peering through the Ponderosa pines. Woke me up. Hopped in my car. A couple of pepperoni sticks and an energy drink. Here I am, exploring the beautiful Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail, Lava Lake. Oh, this is so beautiful. Continuing to hike between Lava Lake and Hosmer Lake in the Great Forest Connector section. Sun's starting to make its presence known. Northeast edge of Hosmer is where we will hit the Quinn Creek Trail Junction. It'll be a turnaround point for this segment of Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail. 11.6 mile out and back. Very meticulously groomed trail. Loving these narrow pine passageway sections. Weave between gorgeous, tall, beautiful pine trees. This dry temperature, humidity profile that makes Central Oregon so beautiful and special. Pine heaven. This right here, my friend, is one of the many reasons why I love Deschutes National Forest. Each forest has got its own ecological footprint, its own feel, its own vibe, its own ambiance. You can tell when you're in a certain forest, once you get to know the forest. And there's something about Deschutes National Forest that just gets me, stirs my soul. I am a fan. I actually live in Central Oregon. You can't get me enough of Deschutes National Forest and Three Sisters Wilderness. It never gets old. Something particular about this topographical style profile forest mix. I drive over to the Willamette National Forest, and it's got some world-class trails that I love and I have hiking videos of, but the forests themselves don't speak to me on the same level as this kind of area does, so something about Deschutes National Forest. A lava rock strewn beside Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail. There's a reason why the shoreline of the lake we just left is called Lava Lake, next to its little lava lake. Central Oregon is a lava ridge zone. The Three Sisters, Middle, North, and South, Faith, Hope, and Charity, as well as Paulina, Newberry National Volcanic Monument, the caldera, volcanic lava-rich history in this area, the lava rock. If one is a pine tree aficionado, I think they would be a fan of Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail, particularly the Lava Lake to Hosmer Lake section. I think it's a highlight of the overall National Recreation Trail. And there's a lot of famous trails from Silver Crest Trail to Appalachian Trail to John Muir Trail, and several states will have smaller national recreation trails. Got the Rogue River, Metolius-Windigo, Kinsey River area. But within these national recreation trails, there's typically highlight sections that are kind of the money section, the piece de resistance. I think as far as Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail, I looked at the map and a lot of the sections are pretty basic. I think we're in one of the better highlight sections of the over 100-mile trail, Lava Lake to Hosmer. So I highly advise you look at a trail like Metolius-Windigo, unless you're a completionist and you just want to hike from one end to the other. It's not really my jam. I'm not checking boxes, so to speak. I like to cherry pick and get to the Tootsie Roll center of the Tootsie Pop, so to speak. So I highly recommend looking at a map and figuring out which are the money sections and maybe planning accordingly. I do not intend to hike every mile of the over 100-mile Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail, but I'll absolutely cherry pick, enjoy, and celebrate the best sections, cherry picked money sections, and we're doing one of those right now. A little bit of elevation section there. Feels good. This is one of the flatter hikes you can do. Give that as maybe a pro tip, is if you want a low elevation, long distance hike that is high quality, highly recommend this Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail. Kind of an interesting shift in the ecological profile of the forest. Much more of an old growth forest. And interesting, we're leaving the old growth section and now we're re-entering say newer pine laden section. Interesting. sun peeking through. It's my first time doing the hike, and I have to say, I am a fan of Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail. This is pretty cool views of the mountains in the area from the surface of Hosmer Lake, as well as some beautiful colors of Hosmer Lake itself. 2 campgrounds at Hosmer are South and Mallard Marsh. Both decent campgrounds. Not right on the lake, but nonetheless decent campgrounds. Oh, this is so beautiful. Hiking through a pine tree, Central Oregon Wonderland. Then again, all Central Oregon is Wonderland in a way. Oh, this is so beautiful. Pine tree heaven, my friend. Pine tree heaven. Continue to hike on the Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail. And another mini Christmas tree style pine tree wonderland Central Oregon zone. We passed the eastern shore of Lava Lake and did the forest connector, went through a little bit of an old growth area for a few tenths of a mile, and now we're back to a pine tree zone, which frankly is my preference over the old growth, so to me that's an upgrade. It's of course subjective. And right now we are hiking parallel to Hosmer Lake without pulling out my GPS, which I'm trying not to do to focus more on the trail. Don't know exactly where we are relative to Hosmer, but I know it's to our left. We're east of Hosmer Lake. And when you go to the east of Lava Lake, it's more of a shoreline experience. There's lava rock and the trail weaves around the shoreline proper, and you get a lot of lake views. As far as Hosmer, it's less of a shoreline in your face of the lake experience. We're not in the business of Hosmer like we were in the business of Lava Lake. So, without checking GPS, I don't really know where we are relative to the lake to our left. I just know it's to our left. So, I know that when we get to the north side of the lake, we connect with Quinn Creek Trail Junction as our turnaround ascending section. You can tell nobody's done this trail in a while because the number of spiderwebs I have walked through has been too numerous to count. Ooh, mountain views. Looks like South Sister. We got South Sister, North Sister, Middle Sister, Bachelor, Broken Top. 5 prominent peaks in this area alone. A brimming with life, upbeat feel to it. I always just feel like I'm in a locust of life and light, and it just feels good. Something about it rejuvenates the soul. I'm a big believer in the idea that human beings' relationship with nature is more integrated than we appreciate. You know, thousands of years of evolution of human beings interacting with the land and relying on the land to keep us alive. The majority of human existence is hardwired into our DNA in levels we do not appreciate. I personally think it's very unnatural for us to be in giant cement asphalt jungles known as urban cities with a couple million people. I don't think that's built into our DNA of how we're supposed to live personally, which is why I don't live in a city. I live in a small town, Central Oregon. So whether that makes sense to you or not, or speaks to you or not, I think there's something rejuvenating on a psychological level, spiritual level, emotional level, even a biological level of coming out here and being in the forest. The air is fresher. Your objective reality surroundings are brimming with life. It's very life affirming. Gets your heart beating, your blood pumping. Just makes you get a profound joy for being alive, the gift that is life. I'm a big fan of people trying to incorporate as much outdoor wilderness adventure in their life as they can. I've yet to meet the person that has thought that it decreased their enjoyment of life or their life balance. I always want to be safe and learn best practices and not take risks and be bear aware and stay away from steep cliffs, make dumb decisions, do it in a safe manner. But if you can take a safety first, leave no trace strategy to wilderness adventuring, and not a doubt in my mind it will enhance the quality of your life. So I'm a fan. We're in a Christmas tree-like pine tree heaven wonderland zone. To me, this is quintessential Deschutes National Forest. When I think of Deschutes National Forest, this section I'm hiking right here, this is the type of section I think of. Just beautiful pine trees lit up by the sun, beautiful trail, narrow pine passageway. Oftentimes you have the silhouette of a mountain in the distance because there's so many mountains here. South, Middle, and North Sisters, Bachelor, Broken Top, to name a few. Mount Washington, Three-Fingered Jack, Mount Jefferson. More mountains than you can shake a stick at, really. Oregon's a Alpine Wonderland, a forest wonderland, and a wilderness wonderland. There's some cool rocks on the other side of this. We're coming up to Hosmer Lake shortly, I do believe. Come over here for a second and just take a look. We got a rock wonderland. Beauty of this section has amped up a bit. Come over here and just look at all these beautiful lava rock formations, these narrow pine passageways, I like to call them. Oh, we are in a Alpine Wonderland, my friend. We're on the eastern side of Hosmer Lake. Look at this blue spruce right here. The juxtaposition of these lava rocks, blue spruce, pine trees. This is gorgeous. Eastern side of Hosmer Lake on the world-class Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail, weaving amongst lava rock and beautiful alpine lakes, gorgeous pine forests, mountain hemlocks, blue spruces, speak of the devil. Oh, look at this. we are definitely in a gorgeous zone. I said this is my first time ever experiencing this trail, and now that I'm seeing how amazing it is, I wish I would have done this a long time ago. This is gorgeous. Maybe it's just me, but I don't feel like Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail really gets the fanfare, juice, or traction a lot of the other hikes in the area do. So, it being a national recreation trail, it's hard to say it's an undiscovered gem, but I tell you that this is not the trail that is getting anywhere near the traffic that a lot of the other hikes in the area are getting, and this is of equal caliber. So, particularly if you want a long hike with low elevation gain, you don't want to have to be a Sherpa for the day and go up 3,000 feet. And Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail from Lava Lake to north of Hosmer at the Quinn Creek Junction. That's the trail. 11.6 miles, 300 feet elevation gain. It's not to love. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Look at this. Quintessential Central Oregon. Quintessential Deschutes National Forest. If you're looking at a map and you see Deschutes National Forest in Central Oregon, this is exactly what you should be thinking of, because this is quintessential. A lot of sections around here like this. Little pine trees, lots of white down trees, meticulously groomed gray sanded trails on a lava rock strewn about randomly. It's a high volcanic area. Mountain silhouettes in the distance. This is beautiful. I'm intentionally not checking my GPS. I don't really know how far I've gone. I know this segment's 5.8, and we're gonna stop when we get to Quinn Creek Trail Junction, but no idea how far I am to it at this point. Got a general sense just of your internal chronometer, your internal measuring stick. Got a sense that I've gone a decent amount of it, but I wouldn't be surprised if I came around the corner and saw the trailhead and saw the place to go, or I should say the junction. Typically what happens as far as life cycle forest, you're seeing an interesting section of it. You have forest fires, wipe out an area. That's why you see so many downed trees. And then pines are kind of the most resilient trees, so they'll repopulate. So you see pine trees at different heights, varying ages, levels of development. So there was obviously a fire here, and then the pine trees are reconstituting the area, which is par for the course in Central Oregon. It's a high fire zone. I will say, before you ever come to really anywhere, but Oregon, Washington, Pacific Northwest, California too, always check the fires in the area. You don't want to book a campground right next to a wildfire. Oh, this is so beautiful. Beautiful. This is incredible. how beautiful this is. We are in a pristine Alpine Wonderland. These are my favorite kind of areas to hike. All this beautiful volcanic rock, beautiful pine trees. Take us the groomed, gray sanded trail. Quintessential Deschutes National Forest, quintessential Central Oregon. Look at this. So we're on the east side of Hosmer Lake right now. Started at Lava Lake. Oh, this is beautiful. Started at Lava Lake, day use area parking. Hopped on the Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail. Hiked the east side of Lava Lake on the shoreline. Got some beautiful views of the lake at sunrise. And we did the forest connector between Lava Lake and Hosmer Lake. And look at this. We are in a true lava rock Alpine Wonderland, my friend. Now we're paralleling Hosmer Lake. We have not, oh, look at this. We have not seen Hosmer Lake yet, but I know enough about the area to be able to tell that we are beside it. And right now we're just enjoying a truly beautiful Alpine Wonderland volcanic zone. Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail. When we hit the Quinn Creek Trail Junction, we'll turn around. That'll be 5.8 mile one way, 11.6 mile turnaround out and back. And that will be hike number 1 for today. Also want to highly recommend, if you can, doing this 11.6 miler. It's a pretty quick one because it's only 300 foot elevation gain, so you get a lot of beauty for your relatively flat hike. Also recommend going the other way and doing Edison Lava. It's just the northern part of Little Lava Lake. Not the whole trail because that goes on forever, but just do a little 0.9 one way, 1.8 mile out and back. Just so you get kind of a third lake. You get north shore of Little Lava Lake. So I'd recommend adding that one if so inclined. Gives you 13.4 miles between the two, and you're still at about 300 foot elevation gain, which is nothing. But small of an elevation gain as you're going to get for that kind of mileage. So I think you pair those two hikes, we've seen the best of this Lava Lake, Little Lava Lake turnout junction zone. And if you're like me, I like to wake up at sunrise and come get a good party hiking to start the day. I gotta say, it's my first time doing the Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail. I am not disappointed. Actually better than I was expecting. I didn't have a big expectation, but still. I can say, being a Central Oregonian, this trail doesn't really get the fanfare a lot of the other trails do. And for the area, it's a little bit of an undiscovered gem. It is a national recreation trail, so can't be that undiscovered. But as far as popularity, traffic patterns, this hike does not get much use. And that's a bit of a travesty, because this could be the top trail in a lot of other parts of the country or of the state, because there's so many other beautiful trails like No Name Lake and Green Lakes and South Sister Summit, to name a few, and many more in the area. Those all get all the attention. Those are all packed. And this flat 11.6 mile, you can do farther if you want. That's just a segment I decided to do today. 11.6 mile, 300 foot elevation gain goes pretty unused. You get to go on the shoreline of Lava Lake, and this is pretty gorgeous. Hike through some pristine alpine forest, pine, Wonderland. So, bit of a travesty. There is a northern section that goes up to Sparks Lake. I'm actually going to do that tomorrow. I start at the Sparks Lake Trail and come down to Quinn Creek Trail Junction, same place I'm going to today, but I'm going to take it and go down Quinn Creek a little bit. So, doing that tomorrow. That will have a little bit more elevation. I think it has like 700 feet, but still, that's nothing in the scheme of things. If you go up and do one of the more genuine alpine hikes, you're going to be 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500 foot elevation gain. So that's more proper and legit normal hike. The beauty of Deschutes National Forest knows no ends. Love these pine passageways through a beautiful forest. Love the gray sand, pulverized sand. It's like volcanic pulverized sand. So it's a very volcanic area, a lot of lava rock formations, clusters all around the trail. Very beautiful area. I'd say that long expanse was interesting. There was a long series of kind of burnout, narrow pine passageway, lava rock sections, and actually a surprising old growth section in the middle there for a few tenths of a mile. Made me feel like I was in a totally different area, and then we went right back into the pine zone, Quintessential Deschutes National Forest. Now we are coming up to Hosmer Lake. One of the good things about doing this at sunrise is because of the natural topography to our right, to the east, this whole good chunk of this hike is shaded. So tracking the exposure ratio, if you do Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail at sunrise from Lava Lake campground up to Hosmer and Quinn Creek Junction and back in the morning, then you will mostly be in shade as we are now, which is nice. Just the Fahrenheit nice and low. It's also a bit of a historically windy area, so between the shade and a nice breeze, actually feels downright pleasant right now. As we go through a little bit of a narrow pine passageway, I would go as far as to say I have not even broken a sweat yet. It would partly be attributed to the fact that there's only 300 foot elevation gain in this entire segment. That's pretty much a flat hike and pretty easy. High reward to effort ratio because of the lack of elevation gain. And we are getting somewhat close to the end of the 5.8 mile one-way segment. Turn around and go back 5.8 miles and do our 11.6 mile 300 foot elevation gain Metolius-Windigo National Recreation Trail, Lava Lake to Hosmer Lake hike. That is not a mouthful. Today is July 14th, 2023. I smothered myself in Sawyer Picadillion before I started because July in the Cascades would be considered ground zero for mosquito fun. Generally speaking, as an axiom, I like to save a lot of my favorite hikes till September or even October, first half of October, just to have no mosquitoes, no concerns about snow on the road or up at elevation, high in the mountains, less people, better breeze. I consider the Alpine window to be August 15 to October 15. Central Oregon, that 8 weeks is like the magic time to explore the joys of Three Sisters Wilderness and Central Oregon itself. Today being July 14th, it's a little premature for that window, but I get my hike on, so it's one of the reasons why I picked this lower elevation, flatter hike. According to trail reports right now, it's still snowy at elevation in a lot of the higher, more popular, well-known trails. Figure why not knock out high quality lower elevation one. Today we've made it to Quinn Creek Trail Junction. If we go that way, it takes us to Sparks Lake. We'll be doing that tomorrow. If we go that way, it takes us Quinn Creek Horse Camp. Time for me to turn around.